So we are harvesting
Kinnikinick.
And when would you harvest this?
I would usually harvest in the summer or the spring, but my grandma said if you know where it's at, then you can always harvest it as long as you get the root, because the root is where all the nutrients go. So it's a woman's herb, and actually we also call it Denis, and they used to actually use it as a tobacco. So they used to smoke the leaves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dry and then smoke?
Yeah, dry and smoke. So when we had my mom's smoke party, because my mom had lung cancer, she wanted us to use her as an example. So what we did was we harvested the Kinnikinick, and we gave it out as tobacco instead of giving out like cigarettes.
Oh, wow. And then how do you make the tea and use the roots right now because it's winter?
Yeah, you use, we usually go to the mountain and try and get like good clean spring water, and you put it on the stove, of course, and then you put your plants in the water, and you just bring it to almost, not a boil, because if you bring it to a boil or above, I think it's 75 degrees or whatever, then you basically boil all the nutrients out of it. So you want to just bring it up to temperature, to a hot temperature, and then turn it down and you simmer it. And I usually simmer mine for about 3 hours, 4 hours on the stove.
Could you use a slow cooker?
Actually, I've never used a slow cooker, but then what I've been doing is when I make it, I usually make enough, and then I can it. So then I can do a case of tea at a time, right? And then it's preserved and it's sealed in a jar, and you don't have to store it in the fridge.
You're not adding anything to it, just
nothing,
just the liquid.
Just the liquid, and it usually gets strong, like a strong tea. Like it's got a strong taste.
And do you add anything when you drink it?
No.
Just for yourself?
No, okay. I usually just plain.
And like, how much would you add if you were like to have a pot?
If I was doing a pot, I would go. Let me just put some. Depends how big your pot is. Like if you're using like a little tiny regular pot, like about that size, I don't know what the quarts are.
Yep.
I'd probably do, as long as you get a lot of the roots, probably one more bunch. Probably about this much in a pot. And then you would simmer
And how many jars would that make? Like how much water? How much water?
How much water? How many cups is in one of those little pots that size? I don't know. Yeah, probably about 12 cups.
Okay.
So.
And would you rinse the dirt off the roots and everything?
I would just clean it off a little bit.
With water?
Okay. And then what I do is stick it in, and then you're heating it at a hot temperature for a long period of time, and then you're straining it, like with cheesecloth, so you're getting everything out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the roots is the most important part of the plant. But I throw the whole thing in.
Year round the roots are as well, or just now?
Yeah, well now especially because everything always goes back to the root, right? So, but even in the summer and the spring when my grandma picked it, she told me the root is the most important part.
Can it be dried, or would it have to be fresh to make the tea?
It can be dried. I've had it dried.
Did you vacuum seal, do you think?
You probably could vacuum seal it. Yeah, but you would, if you dry it, it just gets more crumbly. So, for me, I prefer to keep it in the freezer. Okay. Yeah, that's my preference.
So the Ziploc just like that in the freezer?
Yeah.
Okay.